women who had dark spots and how they solved it.
For so many years, I spent a lot on trying products that didn't lighten my dark spots.
My dark spots came because of hormonal changes during my last pregnancy.
I had dark spots, a skin condition I inherited from my mom. It's called melasma.
Use PinoCare, the clinically proven solution to melasma. Take PinoCare.
Mega, we care.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jamie G, and of course, you are watching Grind Back TV. All right, and a happy Thursday to each and every one of you. Kumusta naman kayong lahat? I hope all of you are really feeling safe, healthy, and happy. And for those of you who are driving on the road right now, please do take extra care. Talagang kailangan natin to take, care of ourselves, especially nowadays nga. But of course, welcome to Grind Bag TV's Grindy Talks. This is an online talk program. Here we give you trending stories, the latest happenings, and also deliver important updates on relevant industries. At syempre talagang matutuwa kayo sa ating pag-uusapan today, especially right now, while the ongoing global economic and health crisis has affected businesses across all sectors. It has also paved the way for digital transformation as businesses are forced to modify their operations to cope with restricted movement and supply interruption. So that's why for today's episode of Smart Grind, we will focus on significant firms which drives positive changes and innovations in the e-commerce and payments industry. So, of course, without further ado, guys, join me in welcoming our amazing guest line of speakers for today. We have, of course, from PayMaya Philippines Inc., Head of Brand and Marketing Services, Miss Katie Garay-Blas.
Hi. Hello,
Hi,
everyone. Hi,
yeah.
JB.
Hello, Katie. Thank you so much for joining us. At syempre, excited talaga kami to know more about, PayMaya and all of that cashless payment. So yes, thank you so much for joining us. And of course, we have another guest. He is none other than Petros Paulo Carbonell. He is Lazada Group's Head of Business Development.
Hi, Jamie. Hi, everybody. Hi, Hailey. Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us. And last but not the least, we also have the cluster sales head for small business group of MYNTG Cash, Globe FinTech Innovations Inc. We have Justin Paul. Yeah.
Hi, good afternoon, Jamie, Heidi, and Petrus.
Yes.
Good afternoon to our viewers
Yes.
Hi.
as well.
All right. Good afternoon to each and every one of you. And like what I mentioned earlier, thank you so much for your time. And we cannot wait to learn more about you, your ideas, and your knowledge when it comes to, e-commerce and payments industry. So, okay, let's start with the conversation for we. Meron na tayong first question for the three of you. And this is regarding the current state of your company. Maybe you can share with us what is the current state of your company and how's the operation right now, especially with the pandemic and recently the calamities that we've been experiencing? So maybe you can start with Miss Katie.
All right. Thank you, Jamie. You know, kung nagkaroon ng pandemic, it was so
Yes.
unprecedented. Actually, lahat felt the impact. Walang exempted. I think everybody talaga, kahit pinakamataas or pinakasimpleng tao affected ng pandemic. It's good that as Paymaya, we're a digital first company. We have a very agile workforce. Plus,
Right.
we had the good business continuity plan. Actually, nung Friday, bago mag-announce ng ECQ, so 100% yung operating namin from HQ. So we were operating from HQ 100%. After nung weekend, Monday yun eh, di ba, nag-ECQ. So nung Monday, 100% we were operating from our homes. So medyo madali yung transition. And of course, we continuously provide, the critical money movement services through the app. And then, of course,
Right.
our smart padala agents, of course, our acquiring business, and even the government services through disbursement. So, actually, nung pandemic, nag-launch pa kami ng bagong app, which is yung Paymaya Negosyo. So,
Very nice.
business actually is doing great because a lot of people have actually adopted to using cashless transactions.
Wow, that's wonderful to hear. Maybe you can go on naman with Petrus.
Yeah, no. For Lazada, on our Lazada side, no, we've had to make a lot of adjustments, especially with the typhoon, with the pandemic, and everything that's happened. A lot of things have happened, but at the end of the day, I think we're happy to say that we're able to enable a lot of businesses to continue doing business, and then for a lot of the customers right now, for buyers to have access to those products that they need, those products that they want, and for us, in our state, we're very happy that we're able to serve the public right now.
Yes, that's really actually amazing to hear as well that, you are of service to the people, especially right now. We need that kind of service and, of course, the convenience talaga. Now we can do cashless payments and then order products that we really need or the necessities that we need. Yeah, we can move on to Justin.
Thank you, Jamie. So kami naman sa GCash, similar to what Lazada and Paymaya experienced, we had to adjust really quick, no? Because this was unprecedented. And being a tech company as well, naging madali because a lot of our tasks could be transferred via digital means na lang. It's mostly communications, email, some of the docs collection. So we also were able to pivot quite quickly, and it was good because marami din kaming natulungan because all of the growth that came from this pandemic, we had to adjust quickly, no? Dumami yung subscribers, yung merchants na gustong mag-enable ng cashless payments nila. So all that adjustment had to cope with this growth, no? This wave of growth of shifting from a physical-based economy to something that's more digital. And thankfully,
Exactly.
nagawa namin yon, and we were able to help din in our way, no? Bilang a fintech company.
Right. And thank you so much talaga once again for all of your services kasi imagine nyo ang convenience talaga na binibigay niya sa mga consumers natin. Diba? Imagine cashless payment and we are really pivoting to the digital world, diba? Or digital transformation is what they say. But having said that, no, maybe you can share with us what are the major challenges na napagdaanan nyo bilang, as your role in your company and the company in general. Yeah, you can start with Haiti.
Okay. So, kasi I belong to brand, no? And
Yes.
with brand, though we see it as an opportunity, we had to be really sensitive because of what's happening around us. In fact, with the situation, ang daming nawalan ng trabaho, maraming nagkasakit, and then the mood of everybody, maraming natakot. We had to be very sensitive and very cognizant of the communication that we release. Also, we have to find a way to actually help individuals, be it consumers, merchants, and even government institutions, no, on how to adapt with this new normal. And because we see it, of course, as an opportunity for us to use the platform to help our Filipinos, no. And then, of course, the more important thing is how do we make financial technology a concept which we feel is way kind of hard to understand. And I'm pretty sure our friend Justin will have the same feeling. No, it's a concept that is not easily understandable. And how can we make it accessible to every Juan or Maria in the country? Fortunately, well, we can see the increasing numbers really of the businesses, big and small, and even the government accepting these forms of online payment.
Right, right. Wow, thank you for that, Hailey. No, who wants to go next?
Ako siguro, it's tuhog doon sa earlier ko na sagot about growth, no? So dumami talaga yung how we were affected in our jobs. Ako naman, I was in onboarding yung mga merchants, no, to have that QR code na mode of payment. So ang dami talagang applications, and minsan yung ratio of people handling the accounts medyo dihado ka na or outnumbered na, more so, no, yung ratio ng account managers to the applications. Pero sabi ko naman sa team ko, guys, each QR that we issue out there for a merchant will enable them to open up again, receive payments, no, keep paying their people because they're operating, hiring more delivery people, etc. So parang ano lang, when all of the intelligence or the parang hindi ka na working, like medyo there's this struggle na doon ka na lang kakapit na guys, kailangan talaga ng mga customers natin ito, and we try to find ways. And even this working from home, hindi ka na rin nagbumibiyahe pa uwi, so people extend their time as well para lang to cope with that demand. And then when there comes something na a way of working more efficiently, like may digital way na to accommodate yung customers, etc., then nakaahon na rin konti. But yeah, that was the most important effect on us. It's really that wave of new applications na kailangan namin i-service, no, in our roles. Yes.
Tama, tama. And it's not, it's really such a challenge to overcome. Siyempre ngayon talaga, iba na ang digital world eh. Yeah, maybe Petrus can share with us.
Yeah. Just to echo what sinasabi ni Heidi and ni Justin, the volume increased talaga. So imagine, when you come to these transactions, it's about getting to each customer. Imagine we're delivering to a household, right to your doorstep, from the seller's house to the doorstep. So that kind of logistics background, it posed of a challenge to us. At the same time, also, we wanted to include a lot more sellers and to be more inclusive. We wanted more para mga MSMEs, more buyers to be able to get that. So how do you actually get to talk to them? How do you onboard them? What are the programs that you can make? So with the unprecedented numbers of people going, or businesses going to digital, how do you accommodate all of them? And then a lot of plans had to be there, especially internally, no? Hindi mo nakikita yung mga kasama mo sa office. You had to adjust dun sa mga work from home na parang ganito, we're doing webinars when normally some people would prefer doing a face-to-face. So a lot of things have adjusted, pero at the same time, it posed some opportunities for us at that time. So we had to open a lot of services. Dati, the customers, di ba, wala kaming mga fresh goods. Ngayon, meron kaming Lazada Fresh. Kasi people wanted to have that, yung mga fruits and vegetables to be delivered to their house. So,
Mm-mm. Grabe, that's really amazing to hear, no? Syempre na each and every one of you are transitioning your services and adapting to what they call the new normal or the next normal. And we don't know hanggang kailan tong new normal na to. And we just really hope to go back sa normal ways natin. But it's really wonderful to hear that we are adjusting and we are again innovating. But since we talked about nga yung mga major challenges, what could be kaya the advantages that this crisis has brought to your companies? And maybe what could be the positive points that it contributed given this current situation?
I'll
Yeah.
go ahead.
Ladies
Go
first.
ahead.
No, I actually,
Go ahead.
ladies
Take it
first
away.
ba?
Go ahead.
Yes, ladies
Or kung
first.
gusto mong balik na rin, wala namang ano.
Pwede naman balik
chill
rin
naman,
din. Oo.
chill naman daw yung usapan na din dito. Sige, ako, for advantages, no, I think the number one thing is it drove interest or like an intention in people to learn more about the cashless ecosystem, financial technologies, e-wallets, because they found it as an alternative or a way to survive na nga for others, no. So yung interest na yon, kung loaded man kami sa applications, na nakapag-save din kami ng time in explaining, because when we were talking to them, there's an interest to learn na, as sinasabi nga kanina ni Heidi, 'di ba, with brand and how to explain. It's not that easy, 'di ba, to explain something that's very technical to people. But if they're interested, then it cuts a lot of time. No, it saves you a lot of time in trying to explain, because it's a two-way communication na they want to learn more, they want to understand it, and it makes it easier on your job. So and of course dun sa promotion side and the sales side, no, you don't really have to advertise na people keep coming to you. I get messages from friends dati na parang, saan ka ba nagtatrabaho? Sa GCash. And then parang blank stare, pero every now and then, uy, sa GCash ka, 'di ba? Paturo naman ako. So that's one of the advantages dun sa that naidulot ng situation natin ngayon.
Tama. Like everybody's really into it na eh. Parang lahat, even the baby boomers, di ba, na
Yes.
tinatawag natin, they really have to adapt to what is presented to us. Kung talagang innovation and technology, you gotta adapt to it.
Speaking
Tama.
of boomers, yung mom ko,
Oo.
nagpapaturo din, and she only wanted to do donations, no? Donate sa Ulysses, sa ganitong simbahan, sa ganitong charity. Most of her GCash transactions, donations, no? Hindi naman ako humingi ng pera sa kanya, so dinodonate niya na. Yun.
Uy, nakakatuwa naman. Yes. So yeah, who wants to answer next?
Yeah. So that's an interesting thing that Justin was raising. So actually, one of the advantages of this one is that you see a lot of people thinking that it's not just transactions now. So when you call digital, it becomes a lifestyle thing. So one thing is yung donation. So you donate now through online. You do a lot of your transactions online, and you also get your entertainment online. So like this, no, parang people are watching online. It's now a lifestyle thing. So people are bringing a lot of their actions going online. So one of the positive things there is, may option pala. Not just on the business side, but even on the buyer side, on the customer side, they think na parang, ito, may option ako to get my media here. There's an option for me to do this. And even though in a way, it forced us to innovate, it's something that can stay with us. And a lot of these developments will be here for us na it's an option in the future. Parang may bago akong sales channel, may bago akong way to talk to my customers. Parang ganyan. It's very, very positive for me.
Yeah, talagang positive siya, and it really gives you that yung diversification eh. Like everything is there. Diba? With the touch of a finger, you can do so much, multitask, and just do everything. Diba? Nakakatuwa lang talaga. And how about you, Miss Haiti? Talagang miss. Miss
Oo
Hailey.
nga. I do agree. Nakarelate ako doon sa sinabi talaga ni Justin na, saan ka lang ginatabaho? Yes. Ako, saan ka lang ginatabaho? Pay Maya. Okay. So now, hindi. Now, hindi. Ibang-iba na siya. And I agree with what Petrus has been saying. It's not, though it becomes an option, before kasi talaga, onti lang are using it as an option. Now, it's a requirement. It becomes a requirement already. Of course, to our advantage, lalo na sa amin ni Justin. I just need to look at my notes. There is actually a Senate bill, Senate Bill 1764, which is the Use of Digital Payments Act of 2020. It also has a counterpart bill in the House of Representatives wherein it requires actually all national government agencies owned and controlled to actually receive payments, taxes, tolls, disbursements via digital and cashless transactions. Also, we're looking forward, Justin is very much aware of this, the interoperability of QR-driven payments. And even LGUs right now, they will be required that before issuing a business permit, that company which is asking for that permit should be able to receive and accept cashless or digital transactions. Now, right, we're seeing it right now, like for tolls, di ba? Biglang, RFID na lahat, di ba? Tapos, syempre, paano yung payment through RFID? And then, of course, yung transportation natin ngayon along EDSA, yung buses, di ba? Lahat ngayon contactless and, well, cashless yung transaction. So, I guess, to our advantage, really, it's we are with the government in moving towards this type of behavior, going towards the new normal.
Perfect talaga, no? And I think it's really important din talaga na we go cashless, especially now with the pandemic that's going on. Parang ito na yung pinakamagandang nangyari for us to, take care of ourselves and watch out for our loved ones as well. Para talagang tinatawag nila na contactless nga na way of paying your cash. But when we actually talk about, let's say, the current situation, no, did this give you more opportunities ba at work, or like to give you more restructure processes when it comes to your company and with regards to transacting with your partners and merchants as well? Yeah.
Well, for me, I at least on Lazada side, it did give us a lot of opportunity. Like again, all of a sudden, they had another option, digital, and ang daming options dyan eh. You can watch online, you can buy online, you can donate online, you can pay your bills online, you can do a lot of things online. So it was an opportunity. So therefore, a lot of things na parang were available technologically, especially in other countries. It was easier to bring back here and then make more people adopt that technology. And then for businesses like us, it gave us an opportunity also to listen to our customers. Parang, what do they actually need to make e-commerce a part of their lives, di ba? Ano ba yung kailangan talaga nila? Do they need, again, like mga fresh items ba? So recently, we also launched Lazada Med, which is yung mga stuff na parang mga vitamins, things that you can find sa botika, mga ganyan. So, it was an opportunity for us to listen well, look at what the demands are, more than just parang focusing on the sellers and the buyers. It's actually what would the customers want. Kasi all of a sudden, people at home, they started to think about, ito pala, kailangan ko to eh. I need you to provide me some more advertising on your app. I need you to provide more something like this, diba? We need more payment options, like PayMaya and GCash are here, diba? We don't want to just pay cash on delivery. Some things like that. And then your wallet is also something, diba? And then mga options for credit card, ganyan. So people wanted more options. People wanted more other things that we could offer to them.
Yes, and again, you guys are really giving convenience, and of course, with the best quality kind of service that your customers really need, and even your merchants, diba? So ang galing naman talaga. And what about you, Justin? Maybe what can you say about this?
So for the innovations that is being driven by the situation, so there will be more because of this shift, no, and people adopting technology. It shows us new behavior, and with tech, there's a lot of ways to kita natin ano talaga yung kailangan ng economy or ng users, no, and it's not just declarations na like a survey or feedback na kailangan namin ganito, kailangan namin ganman. With all the data that's being there, no, we can see okay, eto pala yung kailangan na solution ng ating customers, no. Eto yung mga merchants na kailangan natin i-open because essential, or sa government nagpi-pick up because nag-adapt sila ng cashless. So that's a kind of a passive feedback, and we want to take something positive out of that and bring it back as another service, no, to our users. So I think it's a cycle there na okay, they get on because of the pandemic, they start transacting, and then we learn more about our customers, and then we could do better service because of that, no?
Exactly, exactly. And now that we've already touched, no, yung customer side, maybe you guys can explain to us or describe to us what are the pre-pandemic customers that we call, and what do you think the post-pandemic customers will look like? Ayan. Maybe yan.
Okay,
Maybe yan.
sige, I'll start. Actually, pre-pandemic, we're seeing tremendous growth already. We're actually poised to reach yung hinihingi ni BSP na 20% of all transactions to be digital by end of the year. We're actually poised to reach that. And then, of course, for PayMaya, we have, of course, convenience, and then, of course, the usual cashbacks, no? Very rewarding yung wallet. During ECQ, naging cashless because it became a necessity. Nobody can actually go out. So paano ka magbabayad ng bills, 'di ba? So to download the app and use it to purchase their essentials, kahit nga sa kapitbahay mo, 'di ba? Gusto mo cashless din yung transaction. And even yung pagpapadala ng money, alam mo during that time, naging padala center ako. Kasi nga, yung mga kasama natin sa bahay, dati, they would go to the kanto, tapos magpapadala sila ng pera sa remittance center. Now, of course, for PayMaya, because we have Smart Padala, we have 33,000 agents nationwide, you can actually send to the province using your PayMaya app. So, parang hindi na siya everybody had to adapt. Everybody, out of necessity, had to use it. And we see it continue kasi kahit nag-relax na yung community quarantine, we're actually seeing continuous use for our apps, no, for our platform. Right. So even government, medyo yon talaga, the delivery of basic services. We were there. GCash was also there. We were there to help deliver basic services and aid to our kababayans. So yun.
Yes, nakakatuwa naman pakinggan yan. No? And just to add to that, welcome to the modern times indeed. Ang galing talaga ng ganitong kind of service. Imagine mo talaga, lahat tayo nag-a-adapt. And it's really wonderful to hear na with a touch of a, let's say, screen, pwede ka na magpadala sa probinsya, di ba? As opposed to, yung mga kasambay natin going out of their way, at least ngayon, in the comfort of your own home, you can experience such really wonderful service. So, ayan. Who wants to go next naman to answer the question?
Go, Petrus. Ikaw muna.
Okay. Go, Petrus. Sige.
Okay, there.
Ayan.
Okay, there, yeah. So I think, again, like Haley was mentioning a while ago, pre-pandemic, there was already a lot of growth. People were aware of it. But all of a sudden, during these times, this pandemic, it became a big option, or parang one of the major options. And we think that after this, parang people will still consider like all of these digital things as a major thing, and it's already part of their lives. the thing with e-commerce and digital transactions is you try once and then it becomes an option. So the more important thing is parang ano ba experience nila? If they experience it, if they have a really good experience for you for the first time, most likely they'll come back and come back again. And I think yan after this pandemic and after everything is over, even if we're going outside and digital will still be a big option. So parang they will always be comparing ngayon if I'm shopping and on the diba, sa mall. Then I suddenly see parang okay, mas mura siguro yan online. Diba? Something like that. So right now they're not able to do that, but once they're able to do that, they already tried anyway digital before, e-commerce, then they might consider that in the future. So it's all about the experience. So the thing is it will just expand the number of options for people. So dati, in terms of payments also, they can now it's easier to kasi pwede na ka lumabas. Pwede ka na mag-load sa mga wallet mo through the different areas. But before, kailangan bank to bank, right? So it will only help actually especially for digital, it will only help after this pandemic.
Yes, that's true. What about you, Justine?
So yeah, yung post-pandemic customer is yung description was during the pandemic they tried one or two use cases or features in the app. Then after the pandemic lalalim na lang yun. They got a taste and they will explore. Oh, yung GCash may savings component din pala ito, GSave, CCIMB. Pwede kong i-access yung Lazada from the GCash app. Ganon. So, a lot of exploration and dadagdag lang yan yung features. It's going to be like, alam niyo yung meme about yung iPhone na dito nakahaba eventually because of all the icons and ano. Eventually, it's gonna be that we're starting with payment, sending money, then there's gonna be shopping, saving, investing. And it's only gonna get I personally describe it palagi parang wonderland. You go deeper down that rabbit hole na sinasabi nila na nadami mong nadidiscover. The more you know, the more madami kang gustong itry. On the physical side naman, we're seeing a lot of deliveries, no? May mga iba hindi na mag-open ulit because they found out, hey, I can do this from a single location, no? And then a lot of deliveries, and it's still gonna drive the economy. Kumbaga, marami pa rin magkakatrabaho, ibang klaseng trabaho na lang like previously, no? So instead of like crew ka, nasa delivery ka na, etc. And then more time for other stuff, no? Because everything is so fast in digital. Like, imagine the number of hours you save na hindi ka napipila ng City Hall for your government licenses, etc. Dahil it's all on some apps na, 'di ba? Imagine that. And then kung yung iba, like 50% of the population work from home, how much time do you save not being stuck in traffic? No? So that's the post-pandemic customer or scenario for me. No? And we're glad to be doing our share in pushing it towards that. No?
Oo, tama, no? I just really love also what you said about experimentation and also exploring. I mean, like, our world is really thriving and talagang nag-grow tayo. We are leaning towards innovation. And it's just really wonderful to know na yung mga tao, they are adapting to it. No matter what age, no matter what generation, lahat tayo talagang we lean towards that. And it's just really exciting and something to look forward to. But when we talk about, let's say, yung mga customer experience naman natin on the digital digital platform, maybe you guys can share with us briefly, ano kaya yung, what can you guys add more value to evolving the customers' needs nga na tinatawag natin amidst the pandemic, and how can you actually deliver the next generation customer experience? Yeah, maybe you can share with us your thoughts about it.
Well,
For
I think
us
for us.
sige, go pare.
Okay.
Sige,
Go ahead,
that's me.
first.
Sige. Okay. For us, it's actually like focusing on the wants of the customers again. It's like about the customer. To give you an example, it's like yung evolution nung dun sa app namin where it tells you at what point of the delivery process it is in. Way back before, they would Lazada would just give you you will receive your package within 7 days. Ganun lang. And then later on it became your package is on your way. So alam mo na sa delivery process na siya. Later it
Correct.
became it is already in the sort center, di ba? But during this pandemic, we realized that people are not happy with that. Anong gusto nila? They want to know exactly where it is. So for example, if it's a cross-border, gusto nila, did it leave na ba the country of origin? Did it receive na? Dumaan na ba ng customs yan? And right now, actually, for a few weeks ago, we just released it na you know if it's in the sort center or you know if it's in the hub. Kasi once it's in the hub, yung most likely within the next 2 days or even the same day, it will be delivered already. So you will see the customer, no, the demands of the customer have evolved. And next generation customer experience, of course, you have to listen to them kasi their demands are also evolving. Before, okay na yun, 3 days, darating yan, okay, sige, okay na ako. 7 days, sige, I'll expect it within 7 days. Ngayon, if you look at the app, there's also an option na ngayon na parang your delivery will come in the next hour. So parang ready ka na,
Yeah.
excited ka, parang ayun na, andyan na yung si kuya, di ba? Something like that. So it evolved. And it for us on Lazada, that's one of the ways now we had to listen to the customer. We were able to listen and then we have to evolve.
Yes, that's right. And also to add to that, no, share ko lang, talagang sobrang bilis na service. Parang mag-order pa lang ako, minsan magugulat ako na, andyan na. Minsan nga pag sinasabi, shipment is ready and the package is on the way, usually, sobrang ang bilis talaga. Minsan on the day itself or like the day after, kahit na sabihin na 2 to 3 days ang shipment. So, nakakatuwa. Ang bilis ng service. So, thanks to that. Diba? Okay, si Justine is next.
Okay,
What
so
do you say?
yeah, a lot of what Petro shared din, no, it's really about observing or studying the customer to deliver better experience. Siguro on the side of ano naman some like inputs on how they operate the app, no? Dati enter your PIN code, ngayon may mga fingerprint na tayo, and that's the
Tama.
evolution na yung next na na pag-operate ng app, no? So even when you're doing some certain transactions, siguro on the security side naman, since we're also a financial company, some warnings on it looks like you're sending to a dubious na account or baka make sure na so tips on how to further secure your money, no, pera nyo, no. And also on the government side naman, there are moves naman kasi to improve yung mga identity verification processes when people open their accounts. So that's also part of the customer experience na eventually mapapatali, but at the same time still accurate and still protective of the customer, no. That's part of the experience that we want. Yes, a quick moving growth is good, no, but we also want to keep it safe for our customers. So there are also we're working with the Bangko Sentral and government as to regulate and safe keep yung mga pera ng customers natin. So that's the customer experience drives that we're looking at.
Yes, that's really wonderful to hear, and especially you're not only giving convenience, but you're also assuring yung safety ng mga customers natin when it comes to handling all their transactions and of course their money. So once again, thank you for that. But I do have a follow-up question. No? Ito naman regarding sa industry ninyo and related yung mga related sectors. So guys, what do you think will be the new direction of this or post-pandemic? And what are you looking forward to in all aspects of the things
Okay.
sa industry ninyo?
At least for Paymaya, and I do agree what Petrus has mentioned a while ago, the customers are very discerning and demanding at the same time. I'm pretty sure we all agree with that. We can feel that. And when we always put the customer first, we adjust, diba? So at least for the merchant side, we have to make sure that all payment acceptance are available. And then on the consumer side, it should be rewarding and value for money because times are hard right now. At least for Paymaya, we want to say we have a better than cash experience. It's the most rewarding wallet right now. We have cashbacks. We have a very stable and reliable service. In fact, we have the lowest ad money rates right now. Kasi di ba, yun yung nagiging issue for the past few months. And then of course, we have the best rates for bank transfers. Every piso counts to every Filipino. So we always are very cognizant about that. And then we have the special discounts and promos. Right now, we're seeing that it has been a norm already for Pinoys, no? Going into cashless transactions. Safety, convenience, and rewarding experience should be there. Post-pandemic, mas dadami pa yan. Kasi we know how demanding they are. I just talked with some of our friends from Google. They said that they conducted the survey and 64% daw of Filipinos will still be they will be continuing the use of this digital payments, financial technology, which I think was also confirmed by the Temasek survey, which was launched last week. No, sa kanila naman 69%. So it's something that we are looking forward to, at least the three of us, no, from our group, and even with the help of the government pushing for it, the regulatory body like the BSP, and then of course the national government per se, kasi of the bill that they will be releasing. So it's here to stay.
Yes, really amazing, huh? So yeah, what can you guys say about your industry and related sectors? What will be the direction post pandemic, and what will you guys gonna look forward to in the future?
I think a lot of it is about coordination na, or synthesis. Like at some point, the government will say, guys, kailangan nyo mag-usap, like Paymaya, GCash, all the other wallets. We have to like lower the friction of for everybody. Parang interoperability kailangan na mangyari, na hindi palipat-lipat sila ng wallet, no? Same with the QRs, no? Parang dapat iisa na lang kasi it's inconvenient for the customers. Parang we're anticipating na may mga ganyan na mga initiatives sa government. Same dati sa mga ATMs, 'di ba? Hindi pwedeng bangko mo lang yung makakagamit sa machine because yun nga, at the end of the day, it's still a public kumbaga, the public is still using your and some of the convenience will come from those coordination talks, no? So that's one thing that we're anticipating in the sector, no? A lot of cooperation from all parties involved.
Tama. Yeah. What about you, Patrick?
Siguro, if I can expand lang a little bit, no, just to take off on what he is saying and also Justin. If you talk about digital, it's laging naman pinag-usapan dyan yung whole ecosystem. And more and more yung whole ecosystem na lang will be. I mean, if you think about it, like kami, like Lazada, saan ba yung digital payments namin galing? It's also with the digital partners. You're already there. We need them there, di ba? In logistics, we're not alone. We do have some in-house, but we also have partners who are doing that. And for us, what I'm looking forward to sa future will be more participation. If you look at that whole e-commerce ecosystem, kasama dyan yung mga payments, logistics, yung platform, and then a lot more people, yung buyers, businesses, will be participating in this digital economy. So yan yung one of the things that we're looking forward to after this pandemic.
Yeah, that's really incredible. And especially na talaga when you mention the ecosystem, it's important to really work hand in hand in all of these operations. And one again, talagang we are all in this together, like what they say now. But all right, guys, thank you so much. This is just the first part of our talk, and we are learning so much from you. Thank you, Petrus, Justin, and of course, Katie. But of course, we're going to be taking a short break, and we'll have more insightful discussion when Grindy talks. We'll be right back.
mas pinadali at pinabilis na ang pag-accept ng payments para sa iyong online business with PayMaya Negosyo. Sa PayMaya Negosyo app, pwede kang tumanggap ng safe and contactless payments mula sa iyong customers anytime, anywhere. Via QR code, send money transfers, or bank transfers. Mobile number mo lang, pwede ka na nilang bayaran. Madali lang ang pag-sign up. I-download lang sa Google Play Store and register for free. Be a PayMaya Negosyo merchant in just 2 days with no monthly fees. Learn more about PayMaya Negosyo. I-visit ang www.paymaya.com/negosyo-merchant today.
Pwede kay Maya?
Oh, mas okay nga yun eh.
Thank you.
Ano? Saan tayo?
Dito sa teritoryo ko, magbabayad kayo ng cash!
Never!
May Paymaya kami!
Paymaya, Paymaya!
Ano yun? Sir, yan yung bagong usong pambayad.
Download ko na yan. Ha?
Pero di ko ginagamit.
Sino ba? Walang kakanta?
Idol, kakanta daw.
Kakanta?
Oo, kanta.
Scan to pay your groceries for cash back with PayMaya.
Send money for allowance nang walang delay with Paymaya.
Pay your bills using the app, di ka mapipila.
Mas mura pang magpa-load para sa barkada.
No application form,
1 minute lang may account ka na sa Paymaya.
Pwede bang pang-online shopping yan?
Pwedeng mag-shopping kahit online pa. Mag-book ng flights, hotels, movies kahit nasan ka. Sa budget at finances mo may control ka. Secure lahat ng payments mo sa Paymaya. Download the app para pag magbabayad ka, don't pay cash. Paymaya. Paymaya. Kaya, don't pay cash.
PayMaya.
Para may balik-bayad ka.
Madali lang palang gamitin ito eh.
Right. Yes. Hello. And of course, we are still live here on Grindy Talks. Yes, Grind it is. And of course, kasama pa rin natin ang ating mga amazing guests. We got over here Heidi Garay-Blas from Paymaya Philippines. She is the head of brand and marketing services of Paymaya once again. And of course, we got Justin Paul Yap. He is the cluster sales head for small business group of MYNP or GCash. At tinatawag natin Globe Fintech Innovations Inc. So ayan na nga, no, I'm gonna cut to the chase. I will ask a question now for the both of you. At tatanungin namin kung ano nga ba or kamusta nga ba ang current landscape of payments industry dito sa Pilipinas. Ayan, maybe you can share with us your thoughts about it. And yeah, yung development nga of e-commerce comes the innovation of e-payment gateways. So, kamusta ang ating landscape?
I can
yes,
start.
Go, Heidi.
Sige.
Go.
Now, kasi consumers actually shifted already to going into digital. We've noticed that. Now, ang importante, even the businesses, it is already a requirement for them to receive payments online. From the very big companies to the very small and even the sari-sari stores. Tama, Justin? Kahit yung kapitbahay mo na nagbebenta ng bagnet or ng isda, 'di ba, sa village. yun na talaga. I think we're seeing that is very prevalent even in in-store operations. So kung online, meron kang in-store operations because they're easing up already community quarantine. Kahit sa loob ng stores, they are also asking for contactless payment, 'di ba? So actually may yung mga malalaking nag-shift, yung mga malalaking brands na QSR. Take for example Jollibee, McDonald's, KFC, even Popeyes. We power them. So Paymaya powered those QSRs, and they actually introduced contactless payments already. So when you go sa drive-thru nila, contactless na yung payment. Even sa websites. A big QSR such as the Jollibee Group, kahit FB Messenger, pwede ka nang umorder. And ganun na, very prevalent na. It's not something that is new. It's actually here and it will add more pa. Diba?
Wonderful talaga. Add more. And again, providing convenience. Paulit-ulit ako sa convenience, pero talagang natutuwa ako sa ganyang klaseng service na pinaprovide nga ng ating mga fintech para sa mga Filipinos. And how about you, Justine? What's your
So
thoughts?
yeah, for the payments side of the equation, no. Like Heidi mentioned, it's going to add. So dati medyo one size fits all. We only have QR, payment gateways. Soon it's gonna be payment links, widgets, the in-app na mga auto-debit, scheduled payments, programming it, calendar-based na mga ano. So, yeah, there are a lot of options. It takes time to build from a technological standpoint, but because each business has their own, kumbaga, way of operating, dadami at dadami lang yan. Because as we keep on echoing throughout the show, we will find ways to adjust to what the customer needs and what is convenient for them. It will take time, no? But hahabulin din natin yan because all in all, we want to build that ecosystem nga. So yeah, for payments, dadami pa yung options. Mark my words.
Okay, so we're gonna look forward to that. But when we talk about cashless payment, how did your platform, I mean, like both of you, how did your platform improve our country? Kumbaga, di ba, we talked about convenience, we talked about the security and all that, but maybe you can share with us ano yung mga, the contribute your innovations when it comes to our country. Go ahead, Heidi.
Oh, sige. Okay. Talaga ako yung nauuna. So, actually, during the pandemic, kasi parang everything stood still. 'Di ba? Parang walang masyadong gumagalaw. Walang masyadong economic activity. And I think with our platform, 'di ba? Paymaya, GCash, and all the other platforms that we have right now, equipping merchants and even consumers, nagkakaroon ng movement. So they were able to purchase their essentials, nakakapagbayad tayo ng bills natin, kahit na deferred yung pagsingil, di ba? So, natutuloy siya. And also during that time, naging lifeline yung smart padala agents natin sa pag-receive ng money sa mga provinces. Kasi hindi naman din natigil yung pangangailangan ng mga tao. Kahit na sa Metro Manila or sa NCR yung naging very strict na community quarantine, sa provinces hindi masyado. Smart padala was the lifeline really for sending people money during that time. And then of course, yung improvement in helping government deliver the basic needs, yung mga ayuda, ang laking tulong din nun, diba? With the platforms that we have. And of course, for merchants to accept contactless payment online and in stores, maraming mga restaurants during the pandemic, nag-convert sila online. Yung baga kahit nga yung Korean na Samgyup, yung mga ganon. Nagkaroon sila ng online delivery and they have to be equipped. They have to be equipped to accept payments. And at least yun yung ginagawa ng mga platforms natin. And then, of course, we've seen the very importance of MSMEs and SMEs in building, and reviving the economy right now. And we equip them through our new app, which is the Paymaya Negosyo. So they can actually accept cashless payments already, either via QR, cards, and all emerging types of payments. So, yun.
Again, talagang innovation at its finest. Nakakatuwa talaga. So, what about you,
So kami naman, among those contributions, no, similar din yung mga ayuda, no, like the Makati Zen na ayuda na hindi mo na kailangan pumila ng City Hall or Barangay Hall para tanggapin yung aid mo, no. Same with QC and some other LGUs, no. There's that. And instead of withdrawing it, pwede mo nang i-spend sa ibang mga partners namin like sa QR, like mga Pure Gold, sa mga supermarket. So hindi ka na kailangan maghawak ng pera. On the other side, on the SME side, or even the basic subscriber, those who are not as quick to adapt, no, doon sila nagpapatulong doon sa mga early adopters natin na may, pabayad naman ng bills ko kasi may GCash ka. Tsaka next few sessions, turuan mo naman ako. No? So, nanganganak yung subscriber, di ba? Because yes, let's face it, some people learn quicker than others. Pero etong medyo nahuli, willing din naman siya magpaturo sa kasama niya. Like you and your parents, di ba? So that kind of growth, no, something that's word of mouth, very sincere, and even there are some YouTube channels nga that have taken advantage of this. Gumagawa sila ng vlogs teaching people how to use GCash, tutorial, and I know pinagkakakitaan yan. GCash is not paying them, but may kita din dyan eh. So a lot of, if you're an early adopter, no, marami kang nagawa for your country. So it takes a lot of cooperation and to scale this up, no. And even yun din nga sa mga nag-shift to delivery ng mga restaurants, no, the QRs that we provided, we tried to hasten the process of onboarding, no, yung mga QRs nila. So yun, it's one of some of the contributions na nagawa ng GCash towards this adjusting to this pandemic, no. Ayun siya.
Tama. And since we are already touching yung topic about yung special features ng platform yun, but with us being regular, let's say, customers now, we both use yung mga payment gateways, like for example, Paymaya and then yung GCash. And it usually depends sa transaction na gagawin namin. But the question here is, are there services that complements the other? Yung mga are there services that exist na nagko-complement yung services niyo as well? Or that complements, yung nagko-complement ba?
Actually, if you're a merchant, you would want to have both. So you don't alienate any type of user. That's the most important rule, at least, no, for us. If you really want, you should have those types of payment. But I think what's more important is you have different solutions for all types of businesses and all types of business sizes, either online or offline. So I think for us that's very important, even with GCash. Like for Paymaya, online payment acceptance, payment links is available kung wala kang website. And then digital QR is also available, and static QR for in-store. And then yung Pay with Paymaya, which is just using your mobile number. If you have a website, you can easily, plug in our checkout. Then you can already accept the different types of payments if you're a Shopify, Magento, or WooCommerce merchant. And then for any face-to-face transaction, we have our Paymaya One, which also accepts payments from GCash. So, maraming pwede. But as a merchant, you really want to be able to cater to all types of customers.
Yeah. Echo ko lang yung sinabi ni Miss Heidi, no? Because it's the same answer basically. If you're a merchant, you can't say no to payment, 'di ba? Like it's what you're all
Exactly.
about, di ba? I'm providing something.
Mm-mm.
I can't say, ay, hindi ako tumatanggap ng ganito. It's just like counterintuitive to being a merchant. So, there are cases when some of the features are interoperable. Like, hey, this is a PayMaya device that can accept a GCash mode of payment, like yung card, etc. So, and
Mm-mm.
mentioned din earlier, diba, interoperability, that's going to be something in the future. So, for the merchant side, it's always about having options for your customers because it's the customer's convenience na hinahabol talaga natin palagi, no? And then sayang, of course,
Right.
yung transaction. Yes.
Tama, tama. Yes, and thank you for that. And thank you for your answers. But let's dive deeper and go naman to the solutions during this pandemic. So maybe you can share with us some of the innovations that you've implemented in your company and of course in your services as well. So Heidi?
Ah, sige. Okay, I'll go first. At least for the consumer side, no, we quickly came up with solutions that are relevant to the customers. Very important yan during the pandemic. We have actually improved our app services. Of course, other than the seamless and better experience, nag-implement kami ng self-service feature para ma-resolve yung account concerns. And then, of course, self-service na help channel, and then automation of account upgrade. Kasi maraming nagpapa-upgrade. You mean, you will get more value actually if you upgrade your account. So we basically put in those features na mas madali for them to avail of those services. And then onboarding of merchants became easier and faster. I'm pretty sure that was also one of the priorities, no, for us during that period. And then for us as a consumer, yung cashbacks, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung cashbacks for us. For the enterprise, we've actually upgraded the version of our PayMaya Business Manager. So a merchant can actually easily choose what type of service that they need in terms of accepting the payments that they would have or the services that they would need if they have a website, if they have an on-site. So it's through the PayMaya Business Manager already. And then, of course, the release of the PayMaya Negosyo app. Nag-release kami during the pandemic. JB, grabe. Hindi sa
Grabe nga
madali.
yun,
Yes, but we're so
Kaya I can just imagine.
Grabe, we're so happy because we wanted to unleash really the potential of the MSMEs. We see the importance of the MSMEs, the SMEs during this period for
Right.
our country. And what better way for us is to really equip them with the way na madaling ma-onboard, tapos maka-accept sila ng various
Correct.
forms of payment, even QR. Ang isa pa, alam ko nag-online schooling na, 'di ba? So ang issue ng mga parents, how will they pay the tuition? So we onboarded a lot of schools actually during that period. And then even religious groups, kasi bawal din mag-gather, di ba, for the mass or even for any faith services. So we also onboarded various religious groups para continuous pa rin yung donations and then yung pagbigay nila ng tithes, no, during that period. And then, of course, yung government, we were able to help them in their digital transformation to accept like taxes. Because I think April was the, diba? Parang April is usually the payment of taxes. So we were able to, we enabled them, even yung monthly SSS payments, pag-ibig, and all those types of government services, dues that you need to pay. Yun. It was daunting, but of course, it was an opportunity also for us to show how we can help the Filipinos during this period.
Grabe, Heidi, no, I can just imagine what you guys have to go through talaga. Major challenges din talaga. But then again, ang ganda ng resulta niya. More opportunities and innovations indeed. So wow, galing. Love it. How about you, Justin?
So, a lot of the solutions, similar din sa mga binanggit ni Miss Heidi, no? We have those as well, no? Yung mga donation, yung for merchants, self-service platforms. For some of our merchants nga, we have this merchant portal wherein natatrack na nila yung mga sales nila real time. They can do reversals, a lot of troubleshooting, doon na lang nila upload. Siguro something differentiating for the consumer naman is our suite of financial services. There's G Credit, no, wherein sa e-wallets it's mostly papasukan mo ng pera, then yun lang yung magagastos mo doon. Now with G Credit, all your behavior is being verified, no, and then magkakaroon ka ng credit score and magkakaroon ka ng credit line na pwede mong gamitin in some merchants, no, and it's helped a lot during nung pandemic, 'di ba? Kahit ako, I mean, I needed to hoard milk formula sa anak ko. Wala pa yung sweldo, sige, G-credit muna, bayaran natin after 30 days. Minimal interest. No? There's also investment na, okay, nagtitipid tayo, bagsak yung interest sa mga bangko. CIMB has 3.1% per annum na pwede mong, kung dyan mo itatago yung pera mo. No? And people are learning from that. And eventually, lalabas na din yan mga tips like financial literacy practices, no, for our MSMEs and SMEs as well. No, on the G Credit side, SMEs and MSMEs, dagdag capital na yan, no? You're not gonna get ayuda all the time. So why not bet on yourself again? Kasi sometimes business is betting on yourself, betting on your effort, your idea, and G Credit is there, ready para gamitin mo. Okay, kailangan ko magnegosyo ulit. Mukhang maganda na yung takbo ng economy. It's there. You just have to use it pag nandun na yung account mo, no? Something that's very crucial for us.
And again, once again, there's so many options talaga to choose from. Options, and you get to explore. Talaga, all you have to do is just choose kung ano talaga yung nararapat or the perfect service for you. It really depends on the consumer's needs, right?
Yes.
Pero kanina, you already mentioned about yung mga, when it comes to safety, o yung mga fraudulent attacks na yan. So we can talk about this naman. Kasi sinasabi nga nila, no, uncertain economic times bring new waves of fraudulent attacks. So in simple terms, maybe you can briefly tell us what's that fraudulent or detection strategy, and what measures do you actually practice in your platform to be able to, get rid of that fraudulent attacks. Yeah. Go, Heidi.
Okay. Sige. At least for us, no, we want to assure everybody that paying via Paymaya and having an account is really safe, convenient, and secure. We are regulated, of course, by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, licensed electronic money issuer and remittance transfer agent. Of course, we're subject to the rules and regulations of BSP and AMLA, so very important yon. We also hold issuing and acquiring licenses from Visa and MasterCard. So this actually require us to adhere to strict global standards of security. In terms of consumer, education really is our top priority. I think it's also same with GCash, no? As Justin has mentioned a while ago, we even have a dedicated Facebook page for this, which we call Paymaya Cares. And we always provide tips on really, number one, never share your password, your PIN, your OTP, diba? You always change your password. When you do your transaction, you disable your Bluetooth. And then you only transact with verified portals for something like verified by Visa or MasterCard secured code or something. And then, of course, at least for Paymaya, nobody from our team, our personnel, or any agent will ask for your password or OTP kasi maraming nagpapanggap. So at least we wanted to make sure that user education is important, backed up with all the rules and, of course, regulations that we follow from our governing body, which is BSP, AMLA, and then, of course, the licenses that we have from Visa and MasterCard.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that, Heidi, no? Yes, what about you, Justine? Oh, I think we lost you.
Sorry, nakamute pala. So similar to what Heidi mentioned, no, it's a lot about the licenses, and of course we can't emphasize education enough. No, that's really the front line, the first line of defense against fraud. Second is so education on what to look for kung in who you're dealing with, 'di ba? When sending money, we have that feature that lets you check kung nagma-match ba yung name ng account na pinapadalhan mo versus yung sino yung akala mong kausap mo, 'di ba? There are times there in Facebook kasi you can have a different name, 'di ba? You can like yung baliktad yung pangalan
Yeah.
mo. With GCash, you can't register that way. I mean, you can't have a fully functioning account pag hindi ka verified, no? So we always make sure, and it's a Bangko Sentral regulation na okay, if somebody opens and then they have to verify their account, you have to make sure it's a real person backed by an ID, a selfie. That we have all of those security measures. Some other security measures, of course, para hindi ma-access yung account mo, hindi lang PIN. You can also program Face ID or fingerprint, which is harder to replicate, 'di ba? Instead natatandaan lang nila. So logging in is convenient for you but not for anybody else who wants to access your account. There's also customer protect wherein GCash covers the cost pag na-prove na you have been scammed by somebody fraudulent. Medyo there are procedures, but yes, there's that kind of insurance for the accounts of our customers para they feel quite safer. But of course, we always go back to education, no?
Yeah. Since you already mentioned education, I have a follow-up question to that. But you guys, both of you, in your companies being major players in this industry, maybe you could share with us some of the collaborations that you've made, programs that you've actually made with your merchants, partners, customers that interests or that leans toward to education and advocacy. And maybe you can share with us some of these projects. So, yeah, for our online viewers.
Yeah, I think
Katie? Okay,
me po,
go.
mami po.
Alright. Go, Justin.
So, kasi one thing is really, there's a quick recall here. Speaking of webinars, and even si Petros, I call him classmate kasi we're really in a lot of engagements together, no? Pero from the merchant side, there's Allegro Coffee who once invited us to a webinar. And also Sinago Negosyo. It's a lot of education on the merchant side, MSME, malaking negosyo man or hindi. You see how they pivot, how they want to educate their sub dealers or other people who deal with them, no. So there's a lot of collaboration on that side because yun nga, when people adapted to this, some of them were looking for sources of material or to be educated on what's over the horizon when it comes to fintech, no. And we're really glad to do these kinds of sessions because yun nga, education will lead to a better use of the product or the service, no. So we're always open to these kinds of engagements.
Yes, me small. How about you, Haiti?
Actually, we've been collaborating in terms of advocating cashless payments already. We say that our main competitor is not actually each other. Our main competitor is cash because we're working towards a common goal, which is actually changing the way Filipinos pay. Diba? We are both working together with the BSP to push for this, 20% transaction to be digital by end of 2020. And I think other than what Jocelyn has mentioned, we also have this ingat-angat tayong lahat. It's an advocacy for strict health and safety measures as business reopen to support our country's economy. As I'm sure you've seen that ad already. We're both there. Even the big brands are also there. Kahit na feeling, competitors. I mean, for us, it's all of us working together and collaborating to make things work for our country.
Oh, and I love that project so much. Nakakatuwa talaga. I've seen it, and it's really all about unity, eh. And it's all about helping one another. Na nowadays, it's really important just to be kind sa the people and even the communities all around us. But as also as a follow-up question, no, maybe you can share with us what is the next level or what's next for let's say Paymaya and Gcash. Where do you think things are heading?
Okay,
So
I think as a BAU, no, expect of course more features and more stuff that we will have next year.
yeah.
But it's really more for us empowering more Filipinos and consumers, businesses, merchants, even the government. Um, we provide solutions to thrive in this new digital economy. Our goal is really to create cashless ecosystems, being the ecosystem as the operative word.
Yeah.
And we want to make it present all over the country, wherein consumers can actually pay cashless, merchant can actually accept all types of payments, and even the government to deliver the services, the public service that we need for them to deliver to each and every one of us. So at least for us, it's really hashtag Paymaya for every Filipino.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yes, no.
Just
So yeah, more for Filipinos. More than the product, it's always about the customer. So the founding principle of GCash nga is enable the aspirations of the financially underserved. No, so it's more we at 25% of the population. So in terms of accounts, no, so we want more of that. No Filipino left behind. No, so we're working towards sino pa yung hindi nahihirapan mag-adapt. We want to educate
yeah.
them. Sino yung hindi nakaka-access because wala silang ID, legal entity will work with the BSP to have them get that access. If it's smartphone ba yung issue, connectivity, we'll look for ways, no? Because that is part of the vision talaga. Banking the unbanked, no? And of course, Filipino first din. So yes, it's good to see a common vision between competitors, no? Yeah, it's all for the Filipinos naman talaga. Can't say anything else din. Can't add more to that.
Oo. Yeah, very thanks for that, no? Nakakatuwa talaga be of service to the Filipinos and really giving that convenience, that safety, and again, innovation. So once again, thank you so much for your insights and for sharing us your stories. Nakakatuwa. And I'm sure yung mga online viewers natin talagang may takeaways sila sa ating discussion for today. So guys, once again, we have over here Haiti, the right blast from Paymaya Philippines Inc. Once again, she is the head of brand and marketing services. And we got over here si Justin Yap, cluster sales head for small business group of MYNT at syempre Gcash, Globe FinTech Innovations Inc. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining us today. And for our online viewers who are watching, we will be back after this short break. Kindly Talks will be right
Looking
back.
for ways to pay bills, buy load, send money, do bank transfers, donate to frontliners, shop online while staying safely at home? Complete these payments and more with Gcash. Gcash is fast, secure, convenient, and open to all networks. Get started with Gcash. Download the Gcash app. Register and nominate your MPIN. Verify your account to access all Gcash services. Cash in to add funds to your account. Choose from these two easy options. You can cash in through online banking or over the counter at these partners and more. Congratulations! You can now make instant mobile payments with Gcash. Stay safe and let our app do the work. Send money, pay bills, buy load and more on Gcash.
I spoke with women who had dark spots and how they solved it.
For so many years, I spent a lot on trying products that didn't lighten my dark spots.
My dark spots came because of hormonal changes during my last pregnancy.
I had dark spots, a skin condition I inherited from my mom. It's called melasma.
Use PinoCare, the clinically proven solution to melasma. Take PinoCare.
In Mega, we care.
Lumaki po ako sa isang family na hindi kayang i-provide bilang isang anak yung kailangan mo. Ngayon, magbabayad na kami sa loan. And then, meron ka pa pong sapat na capital ngayon na ipapaikot mo ng gusto at nakakapag-save ka pa. Yung achievement talaga na yan, ngayon lang namin naranasan nung kami po ay mag-engage sa Lazada. Ako si Benedict Divera, may-ari ng Bilex General Merchandise. Lumaki po ako sa province ng Bicol. Kami po ay 10 magkakapatid. Ang amin pong bahay simple lang, walang kuryente, walang tubig. Ang aking papa po, ang trabaho niya ay mag-aani ng palay. And ang aking mama po ay sa bahay lang. Hindi po ako nakatapos ng pag-aaral sapagkat kulang po yung financial namin. Ang akin pong unang trabaho sa Manila ay sales representative sa mga malls. Naging janitor din po kasi madalas po ma-end ang contract dito sa Manila. After 6 months, palit ng trabaho. Ang akin pong asawa ay nasa bahay nagbabantay ng bata and then ako po yung nagtrabaho. Napansin ko po hindi po sapat yung minimum na salary. Doon po ako nagkaroon ng idea mag-start ng business. Naisipan po namin magkaroon ng store at ang amin pong mga produkto ay hardware construction supply, cutting disc, blind rivets, mga hooks, and other small products. Ang naging problema naman namin is, since halos ang lapit na po ng mga competitors, pag alam nilang malakas, tatabihan ka. Hindi rin po ganun ka lakas ang benta, so hindi rin sapat ang income. So, nagka-utang-utang po kami, and then di namin alam kung saan magkukuha ng pambayad. Mag-close kami ng store kasi hindi na kayang i-maintain. Ganun po talaga ang mangyari dapat sana. Doon namin naisipan, paano kaya kung mag-online tayo? Doon na po ako nag-post ng isang produkto lang na worth 100 pesos sa Lazada. Nung may bumili pong isa, pumasok po yung mga iba-ibang items, pinost po namin. Ito po yung kagandahan kasi kahit sabihin natin na nagpapahinga ka, bumibenta ka, may mga tao pong bumibili ng product namin. Ang laki po ng pagkakaiba ng physical store at online store. Sa physical store po kasi malakas ang expenses, break-even lang kasi may overhead. Sa online naman, mas madali yung transaction, mas broad yung marketing namin. Nationwide po yun, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Within 6 months na kami po ay nagsisell, napakalaki na po ng improvement. Makakabili ka ng gusto mong bilhin para sa anak mo. Meron ka pa pong sapat na capital ngayon na ipapaikot mo ng gusto. Laking tulong po talaga yung Lazada. Doon po kami na-encourage kahit maraming pagsubok. Sige-sige lang po para hindi sila mag-stay sa kanilang estado sa buhay. Yun po yung goal namin. Maging inspiration po kami sa ibang mga tao na tulad ko nagmula sa walang idea sa business. Sa Lazada, meron pa rin silang pag-asa na makabangon.
Sa bawat PPE na masusuot ng frontliner, isang buhay ang naisasalba. Isang buhay ang napoproteksyonan. At dahil doon, mas ginanahan kami na ipagpatuloy at gumawa ng mga PPE. Ako si Gary.
At ako naman si Sam. At kami ang may-ari ng Smartgrind Trading. Ako, corporate person ako and lagi kong nasa isip, trabaho lang okay na, aasenso tayo. Pero sinasabi sa akin lagi ni Gary noon na nagtatrabaho kami, kung magtatrabaho tayo, hanggang dito na lang tayo. So, siya talaga yung unang nakaisip na magnegosyo.
Madalas, takot tayo eh. Pero kung hindi ko isusugal, walang mangyayari. Hahawakan ko lang ang pera niyan at baka magastos ko pa. So, talaga naghahanap na ako ng anong produkto ang magiging mabenta, kung saan ako mas mapapadaling makapag-umpisa.
Sakto rin kasi, order din ako ng order sa Lazada noon. Sabi niya, bakit ang dami-daming dumadating? Pero sabi ko sa kanya, hindi, mura lang yan. Mura siya, pero okay yung quality. Nung nakita niya na ganon, sabi niya, kailangan mag-Lazada tayo.
Nag-sign up kami sa Lazada, August 8, 2018.
Sa Samgar, meron kaming plus size, merong pang lalaki, pang babae, pang bata. And then, ngayon, yung bago naming product ay yung mga medical na mga gamit.
Nakita namin sa isang balita, ang ating mga frontliner, plastic garbage bag lang ang panangga. Doon ko naisip, bilang negosyante, we should find solution sa bawat problema. Kailangan namin na makagawa kaagad ng PPE, ng tamang materyales para sa ating mga doktor. Mga doktor mismo ang kausap namin. Overflowing ang pasasalamat nila na tama ang proteksyon para sa kanila.
Dumating sa punto na matutulog ako ng 2 o'clock, gigising ako ng 6 ng umaga para lang masagot lahat ng customer inquiries. Kasi lahat sila nangangailangan. Sila pa rin yung priority natin.
Initially sa face mask, nakapag-produce kami ng 10,000 pieces. At kalahati nun ay ibinigay namin sa iba't ibang organisasyon at mga ospital.
Ang total na nabenta na namin so far is nasa 29,000 na PPEs. Malaki yung naging improvement ng sales namin. 300 to 400% yung naging increase kumpara nung bago mag-lockdown. More than yung personal na gain namin is yung nakakatulong din talaga kami. Lalo nitong pandemic, ang dami talagang taong nangailangan ng trabaho. Hindi lang to tungkol sa kumita kami, kundi paano namin nagagamit yung pagpapalang binibigay sa amin ng Panginoon para mapagpala din yung ibang tao.
For us, success is anchored always with a mission. Kung umaasenso ka, kailangan umaasenso din sila. And that is Samgar Trading's mission.
Lazada.
All right, and we are still live here on Grindy Talks. And guess what? I am joined by an amazing guest right here. Of course, I will introduce him once again. With me is Petrus Carbonell. He is Lazada Group's head of business development. Hello, Petrus, and it's so nice to have you here. And we cannot wait to learn from you. Ang dami kong questions for you.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us, and thank you for everybody who's watching and still sticking with this. We love to be here, and I hope I can share.
Yeah, so here nga, we are talking about e-commerce, and I think it's time to explore what the future of e-commerce will look like post-pandemic. So the first question for you will be in terms of product innovations and initiatives to cater to a new normal. What can we expect more from Lazada? And what type of online activations can we look forward to next year?
Well, Lazada's always been known for the campaign. So if you'll look at it, mga 9/9, 11/11 especially, and the upcoming 12. So you can still continue to expect that from us. You can still continue to expect that. We're still going to listen to our customers, continue to evolve. We want to make sure that all the brands that you want are there. But the more important thing for us is we will continue to invest in building trust. So a lot of things that you need and look for, it will be there. Yeah.
Wow, it's really so nice to hear that, no? Talagang the trust and of course the service that you provide. Come on, grabe, you've been making our life so much easier when it comes to purchasing the necessities that we need. At syempre, yung tinatawag natin na shopping or retail therapy. Diba? So yeah, you really, just bring it to us in our doorsteps. Tapos yun na nga, like with the services of PayMaya and GCash, talagang really making our life so much easier when paying as well. But of course, right now, when we talk about loyalty programs, what kind of loyalty programs or opportunities do you provide to your partner or merchants? Are they for long term or something? Maybe you can share with us.
Yeah, in terms of especially some merchants, we don't have like a what do you call this, the traditional loyalty program. For us, it's mostly like the seller experience. We continue to invest like making sure that the logistics is good, making sure that we have an area that they can raise their concerns to, and also more importantly, the opportunities that we give to them. So for the new ones, especially, we make sure that they have an area or a sales channel that they can continue doing business, lalo na if they were affected in the pandemic and they want to continue doing business. Another thing is like if you're a new seller, an opportunity that we give is when you go online, for the first 90 days that you are online, we have a program called incubation. So somebody will be there for you, will call you, will teach how to do things, and will teach you how to manage your store and fulfill your orders. So for this, we don't want our sellers to just go online and then sabihin na wala namang tulong after. No, definitely when you go online, the opportunity that we give is that we will help you go through there. We have Lazada University. We have a lot of different things that you can avail of.
Very nice. That's really wonderful to hear. At least there's also what we call the assistance that they need once they go online, diba? And, just have a smooth online transaction. So, all right. What about in partnering naman with the merchants? What kind of initiatives do you do? Why, and can you tell us or explain to us why this is the perfect time to partner with Lazada?
So now, no, the perfect time to do it is now kasi everybody's going online. That's the first thing. The second part is we are continuously building our customer base. So every day we have millions of customers available for all the businesses to go and capture them, diba? If your customers are already there, so all you need is to go online. And why is it the best time now? I think the best time is now because the future of e-commerce is super big. So we're estimating it to be billions of dollars in the future. So now is actually day one. So if you start now, you start building your business like every other business. You have to invest. It will take some time. And when you go online, diba? It will parang ano yung snowball effect eh. It will accumulate. Your followers will be more and more, and then they'll start buying from you.
Tama. I mean, like, you gotta start, eh. You gotta start right now for you to be able to grow it, to build it, diba? And really have that smooth sailing transaction, especially in the future, in the coming, year 2021. Na sana bumalik na nga lang talaga tayo sa what we call new normal. But thanks to Lazada, diba? Really keeping our lives insanity in check, diba? By shopping, with just a click of a button. Diba? Talagang nakukuha natin yung mga products and services natin. Yeah, but syempre, we go now to the side of the customers. So what are the branding and marketing tactics that you do to pull customers back? And what are the best strategies to attract customers? Is it through loyalty offers or is it through, campaigns? Maybe you can share with us your thoughts.
Yeah, we have a lot of programs. So again, the campaigns are a big part of it. So when we do campaigns, we actually invest a lot of money to get the attention of customers. But actually, for me, the biggest loyalty program will be your experience. So if you're happy with your experience, you will keep on coming back. So if you go to back to Lazada, our main focus now is actually to look at the experience of your customer, not just the customer. When we talk about the buyers, we also talk about the sellers. What is the experience? So for example, is it good for you? Like a while ago I mentioned about the innovation dun sa logistics process. When you see what they're able to
Yeah.
see, it's getting more and more detailed. Now you're able to see at what stage of the process it really. And like me, I find myself every day. One of the highlights of my day when I wake up, I brush my teeth, I check my Lazada app.
Yeah.
Okay, nasa na ba yung order ko na to? So there's a certain amount
Ako
of
din.
yeah. And
Oo.
today you can do it na parang andyan na siya. It's already in the hub. And then over time you'll notice na if it's in the hub, you know if it's a 1 day, if it's a few hours, or if it's 2 days. So that kind of level of detail has been enabled by technology. And for this kind of investment in the logistics, the app, and all those details, you can expect Lazada to continue on doing that.
Yeah, and I just really love talaga the convenience that it gives. Kasi, like, I mentioned this to you earlier, no? I mean, like, it's really so wonderful to find out na, okay, your package is being shipped, and now you know exactly where it's gonna arrive to your doorstep. And what's also so nice about that is they also provide you the number of the driver, so you really have a smooth transaction, di ba? Especially like this is
Yeah.
important for the people who live alone, di ba? Para alam mo yun, nobody's gonna cater to their package. And buti na lang, there's technology, and you get the number or you get to chat with the driver, so you get it instantly. Kung ano man yun ang order nyo. So wonderful. But when we talk about yung changes naman, I mean, like during these times, we are bombarded with so many uncertainties. Talagang tinatawag natin unprecedented times, or like there's pandemic, there's calamities and all that. But with all the changes happening, how do you visualize the future of e-commerce in the Philippines? Yeah, maybe you can share with our viewers your thoughts.
Well, actually now, no. What's important to see is like businesses have started to realize that e-commerce is a very important part in the whole, in doing business in general. You'll see that a lot of the businesses who have been able to continue doing business or have gained market share or anything, a lot of them had that digitalization process in place or accelerated it during this pandemic. And in the future, we are seeing this as a very vital part, not just in the businesses that we see, but also in the lives of everybody, diba? So it will become an option na parang, okay, I go now, I will look at e-commerce. And if you're looking for numbers, no, you will see that we plan to grow it more than siguro mga 10 times pa in the future or more. So if you see, there's a lot of room pa to grow. So if now we're saying na, we're still in the single digits of penetration in terms of e-commerce sa buong business and retail in the Philippines. But if you look at our neighbors, like other places within the Asia na nga lang, if you want to extend it even more to US, Europe, they're already in the double digits of e-commerce penetration. And from what it is now, that growth will go there. And where is it coming from? Businesses participating, and also the customers who are buying participating more.
Yeah. I also like to touch on that when you're participating. It's really all about that alignment once again with your merchants, customers, your service, and really have that, really smooth transaction and unity, diba? Pagdating sa pag-order and pag-transact and all that. So once again, thank you so much for that. But yeah, we've come to the part of the show na I will ask you what advice or final message can you give to our online viewers out there, to all the Lazada partners, and even your customers? What do we tell them?
Yeah. Thanks, Jamie. Thank you so much for inviting us, first of all, and thank you for everybody for staying with us right now. For me, like the most important part is this e-commerce is here to stay. We are here to serve the public, not just our sellers. No, we are here to make sure that as many customers, as many sellers are able to participate. At the end of the day, it's also to serve our customers. We provide market access to, the items and the prices that you will see online. Before, you will not be able to go even into the deeper provinces, to other areas, even within Metro Manila. So that market access and participation is there for us. So now, I just like to thank everybody. We'll be here to stay for the public and just hope you guys have fun on Lazada.
Yes, wow. Thank you so much for that wonderful message. And once again, guys, he Carbonell, Business Development Head of Lazada Group. So thank you so much for sharing your time, your insights, and your stories with us. It's been an amazing discussion. And I hope we can, actually see you on our future episodes here. So
Yes, thank you,
thank you,
Jamie.
Petros. Right. And Grinding Talks will be right back after this short break.
I spoke with women who had dark spots and how they solved it.
For so many years, I spent a lot on trying products that didn't lighten my dark spots.
My dark spots came because of hormonal changes during my last pregnancy.
I had dark spots, a skin condition I inherited from my mom. It's called melasma.
Use PinoCare, the clinically proven solution to melasma. Take PinoCare.
Mega, we care.
All right, guys, before I go, please allow me to mention our Grind Care Drive in cooperation with Habitat for Unity Philippines. Help vulnerable families rise from the impact of typhoons Goni or Raleigh and Vamco or Ulysses. Habitat for Humanity Philippines is working with local NGOs to provide assistance to disaster affected families in the hardest hit communities. Please do visit habitat.org.ph and slash donate now. So, all right, guys, this is it. Grindy Talks would like to thank the following. We would like to thank Sharp Philippines, Pino Care Philippines, Glow Pink Blush, and Workfolk. And for those of you who want some sponsorship and collaboration, please feel free to email us at our email address. That's grindbacktv@gmail.com. So that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an insightful and an amazing discussion. Can you believe that? And yeah, this has been Jamie G, and I will see you again next week on our live here at Grindy Talks. And of course, please do not forget to stay safe and keep grinding.